And from Cuba to another volatile situation, fallout continues on the island of Haiti as we learn more about the suspects authorities say were involved with the assassination of Haitian President Jovenel Moise. 3 of the 21 arrested so far are Haitian Americans, and at least one of those men is a former DEA informant. Political uncertainty is mounting in Haiti as multiple Haitian officials are claiming to be the legitimate head of government. Joining us tonight is James Pierre. He's a Haitian radio and TV personality. James, you always have a lot of intel for us. Let's begin with what we're learning about this suspect, this former DEA informant. What do you know?
Very disturbing information. So many are asking right now on the ground if that one of the Colombians are also DEA informant. Does that mean that the United States knew about the assassination before it happened in the residency of the president? We are also learning that the government officially asked for help to the government of the United States, Joe Biden. They want military, U.S. military to be on the ground, which is a request that has been denied so far by the U.S. government. Other also Colombians are supposedly being trained by the U.S. Army in Colombia. So very disturbing information that we find out, connection with the United States and Haiti to U.S. Haitian Americans also being detained. The doctor worked in the United States in Miami, particularly also Haitian descent being accused as charged right now by the Haitian government as one of the author of the assassination.
James, Haiti's First Lady, Martine Moise, has spoken out via a radio interview. She said, "I'm alive thanks to God." She said, "The Haitian people, I will not abandon you." I know you have close connections with the family. How is she doing? What's the latest on her condition?
The latest we have is she's doing much better now with less pain. In regards to the audio that is being going outside, I asked personally, and I've been told that the Twitter account of the First Lady was hacked, and the message may not be her voice, actually, maybe somebody else using some types of program to make it sounds like it was the First Lady. We're still waiting for confirmation of that, although we know that tape was being played several times on the national TV in Haiti, controlled by the Haitian government.
Well, and that leads us to wonder who is in charge. I mean, so many on the island are facing poverty, hunger, violence, unrest politically. So what are you hearing about who will emerge as Haiti's leader at this point?
Now it's another fight on the ground. We have an interim prime minister who resigned before the death of the assassination, if I want to call, of the president Jovenel Moise. The new elected prime minister was supposed to be in office the day the president died. Now there's a fight between 2 prime ministers. I am in charge? No, you are not. I am in charge. That's the big problem right now in Haiti. On the other side, you have some senators claiming that we need to find a new president. The president should come from the Senate, which is being not really find a support by the international community. Right now, legally, we are receiving information from the interim prime minister still in charge. We've seen so many press conferences given by the interim prime minister and also the chief of police of Haiti.
A nation in turmoil. And James, as we look at these images of cars blowing up on the streets and so many fearful of what tomorrow will bring, we always appreciate your time. James Pierre will continue to follow this closely. Thank you.